Sorry. Can anyone here imagine that burning an innocent man could be one of the most elaborate forms of radical self-expression to a large group of individuals? Today I'm here to inform you that how the Burning Man Festival dissolves the restrictions of social conformity. Burning Man is an annual event that is held in Black Rock Desert in northern Nevada. The event starts on a Monday before and ends on Labor Day. It gets the name from the ritual of burning a large wooden figure of a man on the last evening of the festival. This event is described by many of its participants as an experience in the community of a radical self-expression or self-reliance. I know many of you have at least heard of Burning Man or seen a video or a picture. Maybe some of you are already planning a trip. Today I will discuss some history of Burning Man, the environment of the festival, and how the whole experience of the event affects the lives of its participants. First, I'd like to inform you on the background of Burning Man. Larry Harvey and his friend Jerry James came up with the spontaneous impulse of burning a wooden man. They asked no one's permission, they recruited friends, and they created the man as a gift. They called it their gift because when they burned the first man, it brought people that were scattered all across the beach running. Within moments, a circle had formed, and an instantaneous bond tied the individuals together, and they broke out in song. This is the first recorded form of radical self-expression. Larry and Jerry were so inspired and decided to repeat the act. Without even thinking or intending to, they founded a new ritual. Burning Man started in Baker's Beach in San Francisco from 1986 to 1990. They moved to Black Rock Desert, Nevada in 91 until the present. This is Black Rock Desert, an aerial shot, the way it's set up, and this is what the cats look like up close. Next shot. The first man was 8 feet tall, and then it grew to 20 feet, 30 feet, 40 feet, and finally it reached 80 feet in 2002. Later, they cut down the man to 40 feet because they started putting on different structures, such as pyramids, orbs, and other obstacles. Like right here, they have it on like a giant building. So it sums up to about 72 feet. Burning Man started out with 20 people and then quickly grew to 800 in 4 years. Last year, in 2009, it was over 43,000. Next, I'd like to describe the environment of Burning Man. The decorations are very unique, creative. They are interactive public displays of art, from mechanical feats to amateur genius to bizarre handcraft masterpieces. And you can see the masterpieces is the giant flower. They have like a dragon on wheels and an arch full of bikes. The people there are all free-spirited, friendly, and usually eccentric. They are open-minded and really enjoy the positive atmosphere. Burning Man participants are eager to bond with whoever and practically ooze good vibes. What you can come to expect in clothing at these festivals is very little to none. Nudity is not uncommon. In fact, it's the norm. If individuals are wearing any clothes, they choose attire that is excessively different from everyday attire. So we have a bunch of people here dressed as bunnies and naked, and she's painted. Finally, I'm going to tell you how the experience of the festival can be life-changing to its participants. There are no rules about how one must behave or express oneself at this event. Rather, it is up to the participants how to decide how they will contribute and what they will give to the community. By going to this event, participants desensitize themselves to social taboos. The impact of Burning Man experience has been so profound that the culture has formed around it. This culture pushes the limit of Burning Man and has led people banding together nationwide and putting on their own events in an attempt to rekindle the magic feeling that only being part of a community can provide. People wait year-round for this event. It is a way for the stress and responsibilities that build up from everyday life to be released, leaving Burning Man not only a physical vacation, but a mental one as well. So today I have informed you on the background of Burning Man, how the environment is, and how the change in the people who experience it. So if any of you are interested in opening up your minds to new experiences or reinforcing your freedom of expression, tickets go on sale April 1st.
So Malika, what did you think?
I thought the introduction was okay. I think she could have had put like a more eye-catching introduction. And the two strong points were Larry and Jerry and the 80s Heat Man. I thought that was interesting. And the visual aid was pretty well done, and she talked about all the pictures and described them. And overall, I thought she did a great job, but could have put more information into it.
All right. Yeah, I thought the question that you asked at the beginning is a little bit awkward. I know it gets to the theme that you're talking about, but I think you need a more creative way of getting to that, something that's going to pull us in a little more. The topic is clearly identified. You do have a good theme that you're going to be focusing on, but you sort of rush through it, and there's a good preview of what the content's going to be. So the opening section is pretty promising. I like the historical information and context. I thought that worked pretty well. There's a story there that you're telling, and that helps. But then after that, it's just kind of conclusionary statements about Burning Man and occasional references to particular milestones, for instance, the height of the Burning Man, or movement from one spot to another. And I think that you need a little bit more detail and development on that. The source citations are not really being given in the presentation. And you need some anecdotes to talk about. You rush through so many illustrations of the wild things, the creative things, the radically different things that are being done there at the festival, that we don't really get much chance to appreciate them. And that's why it might make sense, for instance, instead of talking about all the different, here are 3 examples of art that were done, pick one and say, here's what inspired those people, here's why they said they did this, here's one way that it might be interpreted, or here's, it's ephemeral because it's not there for long. It's only a short period of time that it's going to be in existence. But how do people who see it respond to it? How did the creators visualize it? What impact has it had on people? I think that there are stories to tell there that it would make it a little bit more interesting. The visuals, most of them are a little small. They're all up there at the same time in the background, so you keep going back to the same visual, and I think that that's a little complicated. Your presentation needs to be stronger. You need some more energy in your voice. You need to do less reading. You need to be on top of what's going on instead of sort of letting the speech pull you through it. You need to be pulling the speech out. We're going to work more on presentation things on the next assignment, and this is a place where I think that basically your delivery is kind of undermining the subject matter, because this is about creativity and expression, and you seem a little kind of, I want to get everything right, and I've got my words on the page, and you need to be a little bit more spontaneous and free yourself in the presentation. All right, thank you.